What's up, everybody? Just thought I'd make a video here. I got this whole weekend off, and I'm just chilling. And the crazy thing is, I left my laptop in my truck. So basically, um, my truck's my truck that I usually drive for work is in the shop, and my company put me in the Hilton here for the weekend. But I don't have a laptop, so all I have is my phone right now. So whatevs. I'm still gonna make some videos. I'm bored, and I can't really handle sitting watching cable for 2 days straight. Like, as a matter of fact, no, I can't deal with that. Too much brainwashing there. Um, I don't know. This video is going to be about probably a bunch of stuff here. There's a few things that I've kind of dealt with in the past, I don't know, week or two. I've seen a few things. I've really paid attention to a lot of things um, that I just see going on in society in general. A lot of it has to do with television. If you just look at the name, television. So I don't know. I'm kind of really sketchy about sitting and just watching TV shows. No, even ones that have really good messages. Like I watched this. What was it, man? American Gods. I watched like the whole entire um, season with a friend here, and that was pretty interesting. It had some pretty good parallels that they were making in regards to different entities and different gods and different um, uh, religious beliefs. So I thought that was pretty interesting, but also could see that there was a lot of other types of programming that was installed in that as well. So I'll probably cover some of that stuff too. But yeah, mainly I think that we need to filter what we're watching. We need to filter what we listen to um, really well. You never know what you can be exposed to subconsciously, and it can kind of change the way you live your life on a day-to-day basis without you really realizing it. So I think it's really important to filter a lot of the stuff that we watch. I'm not saying just crawl up into a cave and never watch anything and never be inspired by different things, but I do believe that a lot of the stuff that is being used with TV, music, I mean, you name it, performance art, many different things nowadays are being influenced in a very strange way to kind of manipulate the masses and to kind of create sheep out of them in their own little very dark way that they're doing it. So I don't know. That's just one thing I've really noticed here. And then another thing I've kind of noticed is I don't know how to put this, man. I really don't know how to put this. Um, have you ever felt like sometimes there's something like a spirit that follows you? And it's not a very positive spirit. It almost can take over other people in a way or influence other people in a way. It's almost I look at it as like the spirit of Pan. If you're familiar with Pan, he's like the trickster. He'll kind of lure you in, and then before you know it, man, you're stumbling off a cliff and you're done. Um, and that's kind of one like I just like Pan just keeps coming to mind. Like Pan will laugh and joke with you. Pan will be your buddy and stuff. But when you really look deeper, the Pan's not really looking out for your best interest. And that's just the best way I can describe this that I feel like I've experienced. I've experienced through this same type vibe through many different types of people. I've experienced it through people that I've dated. I've experienced it with friends. I've experienced it with the bosses. So it's almost like this trickster that comes over them, and it gets strange, man. Like I think I'm dealing with one person, and then I'm dealing with a whole different type of person, and then the one person I originally was dealing with comes back, but then this weird Pan shit comes back around. So I don't know. I'm just voicing my thoughts. I'm not making a declaration here. I'm not saying this by any means, but there was once a movie that came out, and oh god, who was in it, man? I want to say that Denzel Washington was in it, but there was this spirit that would jump from person to person, and it starts out with the guy that's on death row, right before he dies, and you would know that the spirit had taken over someone else because it would always sing that song by the Rolling Stones. It's time is on my side. Yes, it is. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. And every time somebody would sing that creepy song in the movie, Denzel Washington knew that the spirit had taken over that person. And so the spirit would literally jump from person to person to person to person as he's walking down the street. Okay? And I believe there's some sort of truth to this movie, man. I'm not sure what point they're making in it, but I believe there's some sort of truth to that, man. And I'm not trying to get super religious on you guys. Like I said, I told you in my other videos, raised in the church and all that stuff, but like, I'm not super hardcore, rigidly religious. I do believe that there are positive entities and negative entities, and it's up to us to learn how to make a distinction between the two. You know, and maybe that has maybe I don't know if it has to do with bloodlines or what, man. But like, I feel like sometimes I can pick up on when some weird shits come in the room, and that's kind of when I withdraw a lot. A lot of times when you get me in a group of people, or you get me around some sketchy people, I become very quiet. And it's not because I'm a shy person by any means. I mean, here I'm sharing my life to the world. But when I'm in a group of people, I withdraw and I become an observer at that point. And like I said, when this comes around, it will just talk for days. It will talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. It will not stop. And so that's one of the things that I kind of really look for as well. But I don't know if any of you guys have experienced this. I'm not trying to get all crazy religious or spiritual on you guys, but like, I do believe that there's something that has the ability to influence people. And if it sees something that might be moving in a good direction, or if it sees that maybe you're possibly moving up at a job, or maybe anything, I believe this thing tends to kind of come around a little more often. So I'm not sure, and maybe I'm paranoid. I don't know, but it's just something that I've really noticed here. And I mean, I'm getting older, and I'm not quite as naive as I was when I was younger. And I really, 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 really filter my company like crazy. Honestly, I can't stand being around groups of people because it's too many energies all coming together at once, you know. In a rare occasion, sometimes it's a beautiful experience, don't get me wrong. You know, when you get the right people together and it's all like on a good level and everybody's there for the right reasons, it's a good thing. But sometimes there's always that weird vibe that comes in. So that's kind of, I mean, I have my people that I chill with, you know what I mean, and I have my family, and that's pretty much what keeps me happy for now. But I've just noticed, you know, as I'm getting older, I'm beginning to notice that there's this weird spiritual thing that I think that comes along in things, and a lot of people, I mean, people say it's mental health. It could be. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I dated a girl in my early 20s that kind of had this switch a lot too, and that's mainly why we could never make it. I never felt like I was seeing the same person all the time. And I mean, honestly, you can go to bed with me at night, you wake up with the same person in the morning. That may be boring, but I'm the same dude. I'm on the same level all the time. And I don't switch up. I'm the same person. Like, that's just, I guess that's just how I'm structured. But I don't know. And like I said, I don't have anything against people who have mental health issues. I think everybody at some point in time in their life deals with something, whether it's depression, anxiety, you know, what is it, borderline personality disorders. Who knows? You know, a lot of people deal with things in life, so there's nothing. I'm not saying anything against any of these people, but one thing I have noticed is, and one thing I have noticed too, possibly these people that might deal with these things might be easier to access from these entities. You know what I mean? They've always said that O negatives or Rh negatives were easy to access anyway, and that's probably one of the main reasons why I'm really careful. I don't really do street drugs. I've been offered tons of drugs in the past few years, and when I was younger, I'd have been fine with it. You know, blow, let's go, run rails all night. But now, where I'm at in life, I don't really do stuff from the street. I don't understand. I don't know where it's come from. I don't know the intention that's behind it. I don't know if there's blood on that drugs, meaning somebody was killed along the lines to possess those. But you know, there's things that I think about, and I don't. That's why I don't mess with street drugs. You know, if somebody wants to grow some boomers or something like that, maybe, you know, or some ayahuasca, or you know, a few other things that I know about. But as far as like going to a party, bumping into some strangers, and then being like, "Here, man, you want some of this?" It's just not for me. So that's where I feel that possession can begin to take over, and you can open yourself up to doors and gateways that you have no idea about, and you think that you're just doing something that's innocent. But I mean, I do believe in witchcraft, and I do believe in dark magic. I believe in all that stuff, you know, and that's one easy way to open up portals to some strange shit that you weren't expecting to take on, and now you're dealing with it. So everything, man, street drugs, TV, music, friends, company, jobs, all of that. Be careful of what you subscribe to. Be careful of what you hang around. Be careful of what you take on. We are like batteries, and we're rechargeable. And sometimes you can recharge yourself back up with a bunch of horse shit. And now you're out releasing that horse shit until you're drained out. So I guess that's the best way I can describe that. But that's one thing that I've noticed. If any of you guys have noticed any strange stuff like that, please drop something down in the comments. I just thought I'd share that little personal experience with you. Like I said, even the people that I feel like have switched and done some strange stuff, man, I still have mad love for them. You know, I feel that was not them, you know, when they did switch. So it's not something like like animosity that I have towards anybody. It's just something that I've experienced. I've noticed a lot more of it as I've gotten older, and so I'm very careful about what I do now. So, like I said, if you guys have experienced that, please let me know. I'm gonna sit here and chill and enjoy this hotel room. Maybe go sit and soak in the hot tub or something, swim some laps, do that dealy. So, and then I'll be back on the road trucking and making more trucking videos for you guys. So, yeah, hope all's well. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll be making more videos really, really, really soon. And, yeah, I'll see you soon, all right? Laters.